We just had a terrorist attack, in Islamic terrorist attack in Kashmir. I think it was three militants disguised in traditional clothing. They came in. This just happened like it's been less than a day, I think, like, or almost a day now. So I think last time I checked, they said more than 30 people had died. Like I was checking a couple of hours ago, they said 26 people, 70, but now I think it's more than 30. 17 have been injured. Mostly are Indian tourists. However, there's apparently an Israeli and an Italian among the tourists as well. So the most disgusting part of this is in Kashmir. This is part of India. So these were Pakistani Islamic terrorists. This is completely Islam, by the way. Let me just say this right at the beginning, that if you want to, like, oh, this is politics, this is territorial, this is as first, this is Islam. Second, this is Islam. Third, this is Islam. Everything else is, and all the other factors comes after. It was very clear. One of the most disgusting part of the attack was that made it very clear to anybody that this is completely Islam. Actually, it was very accurately Islam, because these terrorists actually made sure that the people who were killing, they were not Muslim, because they came and asked them to say the Shahadatain or the Kalama, to see if they're Muslim or not, and if they could not, they separated men. I think men and so yeah, they segregated men, women, and children, and then they executed the men who couldn't recite the Islamic verses. So this was very accurately done. Like sometimes terrorists do certain things that are Islamic, but is not completely in line with what you're supposed to do Islamically. But these people were really proper Muslims, and proper Muslims means that they were terrorists, right? But they were doing their terrorism in very, very much in accordance to how you're supposed to do it Islamically. Like, so we have obviously all the reformist Muslims, all the progressive Muslims, all the liberal Muslims. Obviously, they're so far away from Islam, but sometimes terrorists also do certain things that is, if I was going to put my mufti hat on, I would be like, okay, this is not Islamically accurate. But these terrorists, they were very, very accurate Islamically. By what, so nobody, if people want to say like, oh no, this is not Islam. I haven't seen I haven't seen a terrorist attack that this was this much in line with what Islam is for a long time, right? Like when ISIS does something, sometimes they do it Islamically, sometimes they don't. When Hamas does something, sometimes it's like, I mean, terrorism obviously is Islamic, but the way they do it sometimes it's not properly Islamic. These people, like, if anybody wants to say like, oh, this terrorism has nothing to do with Islam, this was by the book. This was really, this is Islam. This is the face of Islam. By the way, the picture that you're seeing is, I try to make sure to go and see like that the pictures are not, that the pictures that I'm showing you about what happened is not AI. This is a real picture. This is a very powerful picture. Let me see. This is I think I will bring up the descriptions to you guys to see what we're looking at. Let me actually. So this one, this account says the radical Islamist terrorists slaughtered over 32 tourists today in Kashmir, India. Before executing their victims point blank, the terrorists demanded ID cards and even forced their victims to remove their pants to check if they were Muslim or not. So I don't think so. Here's what I think, guys. What happened? I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm skeptical. I think they asked them to remove their pants to check if they had pubic hairs. Let me know, guys, what you think in the chat as well, because um, Islamically, you're not supposed to kill the men on the children and women. You're only supposed to kill the men. And the way you decide somebody is a child or not is if they have pubic hair. Is that like? Do you think that's what happened? Um, Yeah, guys, I know I will get to that. So, no, but people are saying circumcision, but is it just circumcision or also checking for pubic hair? Because the hadith, the Islamic authentic Sahih Islamic hadith, when it comes to Abu Ghurayza tribe, when the Muslims, when Muhammad and his followers were killing people, they pulled out the pants of children to check if they had pubic hair, and if they had pubic hair, they would execute them. That is in this. I don't know if it's as yeah. That is in this sunnah of the prophet. So, by the way, the definition of children is weird because pubic hair. Uh, a lot of boys grow pubic hair. I don't know, at like 12 or that's, we consider that a child. Yeah, I know. I know a lot of people have said circumcision. That's what this tweet is suggesting. But I'm wondering if they were also checking for not just circumcision but pubic hair, because that would make it very, very. Yeah, that's part of the Abu Ghraib when they killed, like, I don't know, 600, 700 Jews in one, like in 1 or 2 days. They sold the women and children to slavery to buy horses and weapons with it. But the men who they executed, they make sure that they're men by checking if they had pubic hair. Oh yeah, somebody, Demon's Soul, is saying I grew pubic hair at 10. Yeah, you would be considered a man at 10 Islamically and would have been executed. So let me see what other people are saying. Yeah, this picture is a newlywed. This picture is very powerful, by the way. This was a newlywed, that this is a woman, they just got married, and this woman just watched her husband so it's be executed. So this person is saying a newlywed's honeymoon turned into horror. I don't know how to pronounce this, guys. Pahalag Pahalgam Pahalgam, as terrorists shot her husband for not being Muslim. They asked his name, caste, then killed him point blank in Kashmir. Her life shattered forever. This must be avenged. Again, everybody's sharing this picture. Yeah, guys, They're asking if they're Muslim, and if they're not Muslim, they would have killed them. This person is saying Islamic terrorist attack in Kashmir, India, with over 30 victims and many injured. Where there is Islam, where there is Islam, there can be no peace, as past and recent history demonstrates.